At the turn of the 20th century, there was a wave of consolidation. In 19 teens, all of a sudden, all these little publishers sprung up because nobody was publishing this great stuff that was happening on the edges of a literary culture that was no longer, where the publishing industry was no longer serving the writers. And so some of the publishers that we know today, like Knopf, Alfred E. Knopf, started as a little tiny, there's Simon and Schuster. Have you heard of Simon and Schuster?
Mm-hmm.
Simon and Schuster are two guys that were running a bookstore, and they noticed that the books were getting crappier. And they said, well, why is this happening? Well, it's because they're all they want is book publishers. So they started their own publishing house. And that's happened several times. It happened again in the 50s, 1950s. And it's happening now, right? Right now we have, I think there are 15 new publishers in Los Angeles since I started Los Angeles Review Books 8 years ago.
Wow.
So that's an average of 2 new ones a year. And it's because there's all this creative energy out there, and the big publishers, if you look at 1950, there were maybe 75 major publishing houses in America. 50 of them in New York, 20 of them in Boston, a few in Minneapolis, a couple in San Francisco. It was scattered around, mostly in New York. Those 75 have all been bought up by each other, and now there are 5. There are 5. It was called the Big Six for about 10 years, and then it became the Big 5 because one of the Big Six bought one of the other Big Six, and that's the Big 5. Those and some of the new publishers, like Soft Skull Press, some of the kind of hip, younger publishing companies, have already been bought up by these big conglomerates as well. They're actively buying the most successful of the small publishers. There's consolidation at that level. And then, of course, Amazon controls the majority of the marketplace. Roughly, we can say, it's not quite right, but roughly 1/3 of all books that are sold in some kind of bookstore right now. It used to be that 95% of all books were sold in a bookstore. 1/3 of all books are sold in big box stores, Walmart, Costco, Target, places where you only can get 20 different books at any given time. It's the 20 bestsellers of the day. And 1/3 of all books are bought through Amazon. It's probably a little bit more like 40% in Amazon, down about 20% in the bookstores. But that's the spread. So the bookstores, the stuff that's going to the bookstores is going on the same old model.